Guys, good morning. Welcome to another YouTube episode. I'm going to start this episode off by apologising. We didn't actually record our show day vlog from last weekend. We did 2 days back-to-back shows. We did Battle of Bedford on the Saturday and we did NFM on the Sunday. The reason why we didn't record it is like we are deep in a prep hole. We were digging quite hard and I knew Sunday was going to be a long day. We had 3 clients basically on stage. And they were all doing multiple categories. I was doing 2 categories as well. So basically, across the course of the day, we were all on stage about, I think it was like 8 or 9 times. From 9:30 we're in the building. We didn't leave the building until 10 PM. So just didn't vlog it. I just wanted to concentrate on the clients. But yeah, I'll give you a quick recap on that later on in the episode. Basically, today is going to be a full day of eating. We are 8 days out from IFBB Pro qualifier in Alicante. So we're really excited for that. So it's going to be a full day of eating, 8 days out. And I'm going to talk about the peak week going into next week as well. Because the next episode will probably be the weekend vlog when we go to Spain. So yeah, this is just going to be a lead up to that. So yeah, basically it's a slightly different peak week because obviously we're flying. So there's going to be 3 of us from Team GMT and then there's a few people from our gym also competing there, so it'll be really good fun. This is my second IFBB Pro qualifier, however I don't really count my first one. So the first one I ever did was actually back in 2017. I did UK BFF 1, but the reason why I don't really count it is because they weren't very good federations, to be honest. Like, they only gave out 1 pro card a year at the British finals, and a lot of the times you would win that British finals and you still didn't get the pro card anyway. They were a little bit like, a little bit crooked, I would say. So I don't really count it. So this I'm counting as my first attempt at an IFBB Pro card, which is really exciting. Do I think I'm gonna get it? No, I'm not at that standard yet. However, my goal is to get into the overall so I can stand in the mix with the people that are, set to get it. I'm going to be coming in a little bit bigger. Basically, my feedback from my last 3 shows was that my condition was good. And my last, so Saturday and Sunday, as I said, I'll go into detail a bit more later on how the weekend went, but my condition was there. So I want to make sure that I have the size. So basically I'm bumping my calories up to maintenance. So I'm not digging anymore. So I'm going to come in much fresher next week. And also potentially grow a little bit before going into next week. I am quite responsive to the anabolics that I'm using. So I might be able to get a little bit of growth and hopefully come on stage at about 90 kilos, which should be a decent size. So plan of action, we are flying out on Wednesday. So basically for me, I'm just bumping my calories up to maintenance until we fly. Wednesday will be a low carbohydrate day just to eliminate any potential of water retention from the flight. And then as soon as we land, I'm going to be loading. I'm going to load Wednesday night, Thursday, and then obviously the show is on Friday. So I'll probably cut food from about 9 o'clock and start the 6 PM on the Thursday, start the tightening up process. But I'll probably cover that on the video on the vlog next week. G, unfortunately, she just does not react well to carbohydrates whatsoever. So last week we basically gave her a little bit of food. It wasn't even a carb load, it was just to try and bring her in a little bit more fresh. And to be honest, it shouldn't have even been at maintenance. We bumped her calories up to, I think it was about 1800, and her carbohydrates went up to, I think it was 150. And just off the back of that, doing that one day, she did gain a couple of kilos and accumulated a lot of water retention, and it took us quite a few days to get rid of that. So unfortunately, she just does not respond well to it. So we've just got to basically keep her in that deficit all the way. She actually looks better going into show in a deficit, just because she keeps her waist nice and tight. So for her, unfortunately, we're digging all the way until Tuesday. We'll then pull off expenditure and everything like that from Wednesday, but the foods will stay low all the way until show day for her. And then we've got another client, Gemma, that's competing. She basically can have digestive issues if we push the carbohydrate content too high. So she will be running in on fairly low carbs as well. She'll be on fats and protein. And then when we land on the Wednesday, she will have a little bit of carbs Wednesday night and Thursday morning, just so she doesn't come in completely flat and stringy. but it will not be a carbohydrate load, again, because she gets digestive issues. So basically, this is how it's got to be with each client, you know. It's not a uniform one size fits all, and you've really got to learn how your clients work to bring them in at their best. So yeah, so that's the plan for her basically, and then we're all competing on the Friday, which is pretty decent. So men's physique will be in the morning, bikini will be in the afternoon / evening. So that's gonna be a really, really fun weekend. So yeah, that's the plan moving forward. So today, as I said, is a full day of eating. I've got 2,700 calories. I've been on this for the past 3-4 days, since Monday basically. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so last 3 days. Woke up this morning, my body weight has crept up a little bit. That's just glycogen stores are refilling, maybe it's potentially a little bit of water retention. But for me, I've just got to base it off of visuals and also my waist measurements. My waist is where I accumulate fat first. If I put on fat anywhere, it'll be around my waist, particularly my back here. So the visuals will help me determine whether my fat is going on or not, and also those waist measurements. The minute my waist measurement starts to go up, I will pull that food back down a little bit, because clearly I'm over that maintenance and I'm potentially in the surplus. So it's a very, very fine line. I'm very lucky in the fact that I don't look at anything emotionally whenever I do my own programming, because I am self-coached. I'm very good at looking at it objectively, and I treat myself as if I'm my own client, essentially. It's just the way I've always done things. Anyone that has followed me for a while knows that I've tried to have a coach before, but I didn't get on with it. I didn't trust them. And without sounding arrogant, the people that I have worked with in the past, I provide a far better service than. So why would I pay someone for an inferior service? So that's why I just coach myself. Some people can do it, some people can't. As I said before, I'm very lucky in the fact that I can look at it without any emotion, look at my metrics and the data and make a decision based on that. So yeah, basically we're really happy with how we're sitting. G is coming in more and more. She's tightening up every day. We did want to tighten up a little bit more from off the back of last weekend. So she has been doing that, and she has chipped off more, which is great. So as I said, we're going to keep digging for her until Tuesday. But for now, that's enough from me. That's enough waffle. We're going to crack on with the day. You don't need to see the start of my day, because it's the same as the last sort of day in the life video. Probably did that, 5-6 weeks ago. Nothing's changed. So get up, I do some steps. It's a rest day today, so I don't do any cardio on a rest day. It's just 16,000 steps, so elevated steps. I do my ab work in the morning, every morning, so that gets done. And then I start work, and then I will show you my first meal shortly.
Okay, so meal number one is very, very simple. It's literally just 80 grams of oats, cinnamon, a little bit of sweetener, and 1 scoop of whey. So yeah, I always keep breakfast pretty simple, to be fair. Have a coffee. I always watch YouTube when I eat, and then I will crack on with some check-ins, because rest day, basically we have most of our client check-ins, so it'll be a busy morning of check-ins. And yeah, this is probably my favorite meal of the day, to be fair. I absolutely love oats, especially in prep. Don't know why, just always crave it, especially protein oats. Yeah, I love it. And one thing I've really learned, I haven't done it that well with this bowl, in prep basically, is volumizing your oats, so you can get so much more out of it. Obviously this is only 80 grams, but I'm using it in a big mixing bowl here. So yeah, just lots and lots of water. Take your time microwaving it, regular stirring, and you just get so much more volume out of it. And when your food's quite low, I know obviously I'm reversing out, I've got a little bit more food now, but when my food was lower, you know, a couple of times I did go down to as low as 1,600 calories. Volumizing things like cream of rice, oats, stuff like that really, really helps. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time to cook, but it's 100% worth it. But yes, looking forward to it. It doesn't look that appetizing, but I am looking forward to eating this. Just in case anyone's wondering what I'm watching at the moment, so it's James Hollingshead and his lead up to the Olympia. Guy is an absolute unit, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on this year, actually. So check-ins are done. We are off into town.
To spend money we don't have.
Spend money we don't have. We like to do something on rest day that's in the same time as what time we normally go to the gym, to stay in like structure and routine.
I
always have to bring the camera down when George is in the shot. So yeah, it helps us get steps in, keeps us occupied.
We just like routine. Like, I'm a massive creature of habit. Like, even the dog like knows dinner time, when we go out, when it's...
He knows we go out at this time, so he's waiting in his bed for a treat.
His legs crossed and everything.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, definitely a creature of habit. So I can't, so I've got a free block that's normally a gym block, so I have to do something with it.
Yeah. So, do we actually need anything? I might start looking at some post-show snacks.
I will leave you to that because I don't need to do that. I am going to... No, I generally don't need anything, but I will come out with something, and you can guarantee I will have something.
It's like home bargains. When you go in there, you don't need anything.
Yeah.
And then come out with loads of stuff.
Yeah, no one needs anything from what's B&M. No one needs anything from B&M. B&M tells you what you need.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going into town. Coffee for the road is a must. I'm so glad that I can actually drink caffeine again. So, we've got lots of different flavours in here. I'm trying out the chocolate fudge coffee today. This one was a little bit disappointing. Like, it's nice flavour, but it's really quite like bitter. So you've got to add lots of sweetener in there to make it nice, because I like sweet things basically. And G says, oh, that's vanilla custard pie. That one was okay. I'd say that's a 6 out of 10. G's got the tropical coconut, which must be good because she says I'm not allowed it.
I know, I say this stuff because someone doesn't buy his own coffee tablets, coffee capsules.
I bought the cinnamon ones. Yeah, the pumpkin one.
So all the funky flavours are mine, and then he goes, oh, I'll try this, but doesn't realise he always has my last capsules. So you back off my nice ones. I've got a load of chocolate. I'm generous and I'm sharing that.
That's what I mean though. So if it's really nice.
No, because I've got a load of them.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's fine. But it's because
She's very
you
particular.
take the last of my capsules and I have to pay for more because I go, do you want more coffee? Like, no. But then I buy more coffee and then you take all my... No, I'll start hiding them all.
That's that then. So what have you ordered?
So this is for post-show because, right, prep, we're not going to glamorise it. Prep sucks. My calories are really low, so I can't even have this right now. But as we've established, if you followed us long enough, I blow up incredibly bad with carbohydrates. Awful. So logic being, I want to introduce flexibility and I want to have that, what I feel like is food freedom when I'm back off prep. But I have to be really careful because I blow up very quickly. So I've gone for like keto bread. I'm so shocked to say this, but like my taste buds,
like?
my taste it's squishy. My taste buds are this blueberry bread. My taste buds are absolutely shot. But it's like 50 calories a slice. It's squishy.
Okay.
Blueberry. And it is like 10 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein. I don't know if that's per slice. But yeah, it's basically, I want to know that when I'm post-show, if I want to have like some bread and things like that, I don't want to affect my digestion. I want to have food freedom mentally, but I'm trying to be really sensible with things. So I got low carb bread and low carb pasta. So I think it's really high protein, to be fair. But this is just going to be for my reverse, and then I'm going to go on to actual normal flipping bread and pasta. But I just know I have to take things quite carefully because of the way my body responds. So mindset wise, I know I'm going to hold water and I want fat gain. I've had enough of being bony. Being lean is not optimal. Like, prep is for a purpose, but I'm just trying to be sensible. I'm trying to think ahead as much as I can, going from post-show experience before and know what my body can be like. So yeah, we're going to give this a go, but I can't have it until next week anyway. But introduce flexibility.
Weird saying that, isn't it?
Yeah, introduce flexibility, but in a sensible way.
Yes, well done, George. Planning ahead.
Planning ahead. And then the full carbs will be back because fuck keto. Sorry, keto warriors.
We found ourselves in an American sweet shop. This is a dangerous place to be.
£half.
We worked out it's about 2,400 calories just in that.
I just want Oreos.
That's mental.
It's good for our 10k challenge.
I do like the shop. Yeah, I had to leave that shop. That's too good. Okay, so back from shopping and time for meal two. And meal two is super basic. rice pudding. Honestly, the cheaper the better for these. I just digest rice products really, really well. And I love rice pudding. I have this, you know, in prep as long as I can. I usually have to take it out towards the end of prep. But now that I'm obviously reversing out into the show, I can fit it back in. The Morrison's ones, they're a little bit hit and miss. So I like it quite thick. I don't like it when there's a lot of liquid in there. So sometimes you have to drain a little bit out. But yeah, in general, these are pretty damn good. And I'll mix a little bit of cinnamon in there. And that's it. So super, super basic meal. I would usually have this post-workout because there is some sugar in there as well. So it's good so that, you know, replenish glycogen stores straight after training, especially again in the building phase. Really cheap source of carbohydrates and delicious. So, yep, that's meal 2. Oh, hello there. So cheesy when people do that, isn't it? So, meal 3. We just got back from a walked the dog. Got a load of steps in, got a lot closer to that 16k now, which is great because we went out for about an hour and a half. So meal 3, you can see, this is why I don't do full days of eating, because my presentation skills are shocking. Basically it's egg noodles, a load of iceberg lettuce, again for volume, meatless farm, essentially like mince, because it's very, very good macros, vegetarian. It's high protein, low fat, low carbs, so very easy. And it's heavily seasoned with barbecue seasoning and garlic. I garlic most of my meals, to be honest, because it's really good for blood pressure and cardiovascular health. Also take a odorless garlic supplement every morning. Supplementation will be another video because all of that is based off of my blood work. So basically, yeah, that's meal 3. I also put gherkins in there. I love gherkins. I've got a new love for gherkins through this prep. They've really kept me going because they're so low calorie, but they are also just so much flavour in them. I went for a phase of having this, so meatless farm mince with gherkins, burger seasoning, and Skinny Food burger sauce. Oh, it's almost like having a McDonald's burger, almost. But now I can't find a burger seasoning anywhere, which is a nightmare, so I've resorted to barbecue. But anyway, that's meal 3. I've then got a couple of hours worth of work to do, like program edits and things like that. And then I've got 2 posing lessons later and also 2 consultation calls. So I'll probably have meal 4 just before that, which will be cream of rice meal, which is my second favourite of the day. So whilst I'm getting some steps in on the treadmill, I thought I would give everyone a little update about how last weekend went. So basically I did back-to-back shows. I did the Battle of Bedford on the Saturday. And then Georgia also entered that like a last minute entry. Just thought, why not? Whilst she got up there, we asked if she could. They said yes, so she entered it. And it was a good show. It was a good show. Annoyingly, second place for me. The guy that beat me, he was a lot smaller. He just had a much smaller waist. I probably had about 20 kilos on him. Unfortunately, they just went for structure over size. The condition was about the same, so that's literally the only thing I can think of. As I talk through this, I'm going to put up little videos below so you can see if I can. She came out, and honestly, I thought it was lights out. I thought it was lights out when she came out, and it was an easy win, but got to the end, and unfortunately, the judges announced that she was too muscular and should be in wellness, which is a common thing with poor G. Like if you compare it to IFBB bikini, right, which is the goal, she's not too muscular whatsoever. But unfortunately, the UK federations, they don't seem to see that, and they penalise her every single time. So the only show where she's sort of got on well is IFBB Pro qualifiers. So unfortunately, moving forward, that's what we're going to have to stick to, because we went on to Sunday, so the NFM show, and off the back of that, you know, the judges said she'd do really well in any wellness category, but she's too big for bikini. So we thought, we're not going to put her through that again. We'll put her in wellness for NFM, and we'll put her in train bikini. Anyway, she came out and she was just outsized. She's like an awkward in-between stage between the two. She doesn't want to do wellness or train bikini. You know, that's too big for her. She doesn't want to build that much muscle. She likes the IFBB route. So that's all we're going to stick to in future. Unfortunately, we can't do any more UK shows unless it's a IFBB Pro qualifier. So luckily for us, that's what the next show is in Alicante. So sorry if the camera's jiggling around a bit. As I said, I'm walking on the treadmill. So yeah, that's the goal for her moving forward. Now for me, Sunday was a real eye-opener, and it's definitely confirmed that I should stay in men's physique rather than classic. Reason being is I did the classic show and I came third place. The chap that came first don't get me wrong, he looked really, really good. We were pumping up backstage. I thought, fucking hell, yeah, he's got this in the bag. He was a big guy. But then he also told me that he was doing men's physique later in the day. So I was going to be against him twice. Anyway, he beat me in the classic. We did men's physique later, and I smoked him. I came second. He didn't even break top 5. So yeah, you know, that just goes to prove that my structure is just so much suited for men's physique. And for some reason, it's the posing. I just look a lot bigger, and it just suits me. So moving forward for me, it's definitely confirmed it. Although I love classic, it's great fun. I want to progress as far as I can in this sport, and for me to do that, I need to stick to the category that I'm suited to, and that is men's physique. So there is arguments that yes, I could train for classic, take a couple of years off, build my legs, but I just don't genetically have that structure. I don't have the muscle bellies, I don't have the quad sweep. So why take all that time off to still not progress anywhere near as much as I could if I just stuck to men's physique? But I still love men's physique, so that's the goal for me moving forward. I'm just going to stick to that. Clients got on really, really well as well. Like, they both looked their best ever. Steph achieved her goal. I said in the last video what her goal was. Basically, it was just to come back after pregnancy, be her last pre-baby show package. She 100% did that, smashed it out of the park, looked incredible. Sean, he just missed out on the top 3 placings. They called him into the middle, compared him with the guy that came third. I knew what they were doing. I knew they were comparing him. Unfortunately, they went for size, and that guy was just a little bit bigger than Sean, and he got the edge. So yeah, Sean probably got 4th place, which is annoying, frustrating, because he wanted to place. He did want to place, but he's got one more show, which is in tomorrow, 2 days time, on Saturday for UK Up British Finals, and he did really well at the regional, and he's leveled up since then. So I'm expecting him to do very, very well in the finals. So really excited for that. So that was basically the recap of the weekend. So it was pretty hectic. As I said, NFM, we got in the building at 9:30, didn't leave until 10 p.m. But it was a really well-run show. I always like NFM. All our clients had a great time, and you know, they all said that they wanted to compete with them again. So yeah, awesome stuff. But yeah, that was the recap basically of how last weekend went. So sorry we didn't record it. I know we always usually record shows, but it was just too hectic, and we just needed to concentrate on getting the job done. Okay, so we are back with meal 4. Now, I'm going to take you through this one. It took me a long time to master this little combo, and to be honest, it's all thanks to G, because before I was terrible. So it's going to be cream of rice, and then we're going to make a whey paste to go on top. So it's actually my first time trying the whey paste on top, because usually it doesn't work, but I've learned a new trick. We're going to give it a go. You'll notice that my bowls accumulate throughout the day as well. I don't really like to keep washing up, so I just use the same bowls over again.
Even though we have a dishwasher.
Even though we have a dishwasher, yeah. But it means I have to load it and unload it.
What do you mean you've learned a technique for your whey paste? It's just paste and water.
No. It's got to be, you'll see. Well, it might backfire, it might not work.
You're overcomplicating things.
It might not work. But anyway, you need lots of water, don't you, G?
You need about 5 times as much water. Use a whisk as well.
I can't really want to use a whisk.
It's literally the next drawdown. But yes, if you make cream of rice, it's 5 times as much, roughly 5 times as much water as it is to cream of rice. Yeah. That's your best bet.
It's really
and if you use a whisk rather than a fork, because you're going to have clumps still.
No. Fork works fine. But it took me a long time to learn this. So I usually before, I had no volume whatsoever. It was just like a pasty sort of mixture, wasn't it, when I did it before?
Yeah.
But now, it sort of rises and makes a nice little meal. I've got a few friends that have tried cream of rice and they all hate it. But I think there is an art to cooking it, isn't there?
Yeah.
For sure, to get the most out of it. So anyway, yeah, you have to either whisk it up or use a fork for a while, get rid of all the clumps. So this is birthday cake flavour, and then the whey paste I'm going to put on top is lemon flavour. So it's going to be like essentially a little cake. So yeah, cook it for a little bit, then you'll need to mix it up again. And
if you do it for about 1.5 minutes, and then you mix it up and then put it in there, and check it every kind of, oh, I've missed your head, I was too busy looking at you. Check it every like 30 seconds from then on, depending how much you've got, because obviously the more water and the more volume you have, the longer it's going to take. Whereas,
correct.
Compared to mine, it doesn't take that long because I don't get a lot.
So the whey paste, again, you have to be really careful how much water you have, because otherwise it would just turn into a protein shake. So yeah, a little bit of water at a time, mix it together. I like my whey paste fairly thick, Some people like it a little bit more runny. I like mine kind of like a sludge. But this is only half a scoop because I haven't got all that many calories to play with. I've got a bit more than G, but I haven't got loads. So it's only half a scoop, but it will still give a nice flavour on top. And then to finish, let's see, I will put
Should I be following you?
Skinny Food golden syrup on top. So that's the plan. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to cook this, and then basically what I'm going to do is I need it to cool so that the whey paste can go on top and it'll sit on top.
Do you know what you could always do?
Go on.
If you cook it so it goes a little bit harder, because basically the heat makes the cream of rice thicker. So if you cook it a little bit over, so it's a bit thicker, then put cold water in it, because it cools it down and then makes it softer again, you can then eat it quicker.
Yeah, or you could do it that way.
Because I'm incredibly impatient and
Yeah, I don't mind waiting.
I have to eat food straight away.
She does. She does. It's funny, when we did our last show.
Missed you
NFM,
again.
Very
It's because I'm looking at you rather than the camera.
At NFM, she kept all day from probably about 2 o'clock. You were like, order the pizza now, order the pizza now.
I just wanted it in my
We knew we'd be at the
basket.
venue till 10 p.m. So there's no point in ordering the pizza, but she wants it as soon as physically possible after the show, don't you?
Yes.
She's very
I
impatient.
get very excited about food. So like Matt likes
I don't
to
mind waiting.
wait and gets excited throughout the day at the thought of it. Whereas I'm very like, just give me the food, inhale it, enjoy it, and then I'll just move on for the rest of my day then. It is what it is, but I've had it. I can't, but I'm impatient with everything. It's not just food. Like when we bought the house, when I get a car, like anything that's new, I'm so impatient. I'm not very good at waiting for stuff.
No.
I'm very stubborn
I'm the
and
opposite.
very
I don't mind
impatient.
waiting.
Yeah. No, I'm full steam ahead at 100 miles an hour.
At least it works quite well. We always balance each other out one way or another.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so we're all done. That's the kind of, well, actually, I like it a little bit thicker than that. But I'm thinking it might thicken up a little bit when it's in the fridge.
Give it a mix as well.
I'll give it a mix as well.
Jesus Christ.
So hopefully it won't take long to cool down. And then we can slap the paste on top. Birthday cake flavour's nice. What's your favourite flavour?
Any carbs?
any flavour?
Yeah, I don't know. I like grape.
Hot.
Bit.
You're a lucky lady.
Maple syrup's alright.
Okay, so paste is going on top. To be honest, it probably needed to cool a little bit more, but I've got to cool in 10 minutes, so I need to eat this. Yeah, if this cooled more, this would work really well.
Oh, I missed your head again.
But yeah, so that's the volume you can get out of 80 grams, which is quite a lot because, you know, this is a fair size mixing bowl. And then if it cooled, the whey paste would sit nicer on top. It's still sitting okay on top, but it'd be like almost like a cake with some icing on top. Especially if this was a whole scoop of protein, which I will probably do that in the growing season. Have like a little cake a day. Let's just add this to top. So yeah, that on top, and then a little bit of cinnamon. Boom. Perfect cream of rice with whey paste on top. So second to last meal, this looks a bit weird, but it's very, very nice. Again, I make like a cakey mix. So it's basically egg whites, pure egg whites, which I make sweet with some sweetener and cinnamon. And then on top of that, I have like fat-free yogurt. And then I will have a cereal, basically. So yes, again, it's like rice-based cereal. I've got some of these in here as well. They're really, really nice. It's like, I'll try and show you one. Like little square things. They're like cinnamony cereal. Very, very nice. And then I put, again, the low-calorie golden syrup on top. Delicious little high protein meal because of the egg whites in there, and it's just like a cake. So I'll have that, and I'm gonna sit and watch some TV now. I'm gonna watch Coach Adam's YouTube channel, it's called. It's basically reviews, I'm just gonna flip the camera around. Yeah, he basically reviews pro shows that go on. So anyone that wants to stay up to date with, you know, what judges are rewarding in the IFBB Pro ranks for bikini, it's a really, really good channel to tune into because he breaks them all down and shows you why certain people are winning. So it's a good thing to stay on top of. So I tend to watch that. And then that's my go-to, or yeah, James Hollingshead or Chris Bumstead's lead up to Olympia. They're my top 3 channels at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. I do have one more meal, and that's just 50 grams of just oats before I go to bed, because it helps me sleep if I have some carbs before bed. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video there because I know it's getting on. But yeah, we're 8 days out from European IFBB Pro qualifier. So really, really excited now. It's so close. As I said, we're going to fly out on the Wednesday. So it's only a few days left and then we fly out. So we're nearly there. The end of season is in sight, and we're very excited for that last show. So yes, I'm going to eat my meal now, enjoy that, and then just chill out for the evening. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, please subscribe, comment, like, all that kind of jazz. The next video will probably be the Alicante Pro Qualifier show day vlog, which will be a weekend vlog. So yeah, should be a good one. So see you then, and thanks for watching.